The Battle of Saleucami during the Clone Wars was one of two major instances where the Republic underwent the task of attempting to capture General Grievous, the first of which was on Vosek, which I already did a video on. Anyway, after that shameless bit of self-promotion, today's video is about if the Republic had been able to capture General Grievous on Saleucami. But first, why did the Republic choose to target Grievous at this point over other times in the war? And here's a little context of two epic episodes of the Clone Wars. During 21 BBY in the Clone Wars, General Grievous had gotten into the habit of attacking and boarding Republic cruisers to kill Jedi. In this particular episode, Grievous sends a group of commando droids to fight against Captain Locke and Horn Company because the clones are clearly built different and any other droids would have a massive skill issue fighting against them. With that, several clones are tragically killed, and Jedi Master Eth Koth then orders them to evacuate, so good on him. But Koth does keep all the clones on the bridge in the ship to help him fight because Koth knows that he needs clones if he's gonna win anything. But after most of Koth's men are sadly killed, commando droids start beating the living crap out of him until a single clone trooper is revealed to still be alive and saves Koth's life. Good job, unnamed clone, you're the real hero of this intro. However, this amazing clone trooper is sadly killed by a Magna Guard from behind as the Separatists know that they could never take this clone on in a face-to-face battle. Grievous then captures Eth Koth on the bridge and decides to make a livestream video to show that he has captured Eth Koth and also to become the first social media influencer in all of Star Wars. Grievous then sent his livestream video to the Jedi of him electrocuting Eth Koth because the Jedi were not subscribed to Grievous's channel and refused to like his videos. But then Commander Wolf enters the group chat transmission and tells Plo Koon that there's a message in the Grievous torture livestream video where Koth uses hand signals to tell the Republic that Grievous is at Saleucami. As a side note, this part of the episode was inspired by Jeremiah Denton, who was a POW in the Vietnam War and blinked in Morse code the word torture while answering questions from a journalist during his time in captivity to reveal the truth of how poorly the commies treated prisoners. Obi-Wan then takes the 212th Battalion to Saleucami, and Anakin also goes with a shuttle full of 501st Troopers and Master Gallia to then dock on Grievous' ship during the space battle to show how awesome he is. During the battle on Kenobi's ship anyway, a 212 Trooper waits by the doors and headshots the first commando droid that entered the ship because he doesn't like trespassers. However, the droids engage the clones in a battle and Grievous then duels Obi-Wan. Meanwhile, Anakin and the 501st secretly board Grievous' ship, where Anakin has the clones stay and guard the ship because he's too afraid of being upstaged by the epicness of 4 501st Troopers. The two Jedi then make their way to the bridge and rescue Eth Koth after a tactical droid loses his arm and can't torture Koth anymore with electric shock. Meanwhile, Grievous runs away from Kenobi because he lost a lightsaber fight and runs into Cody and the boys who then tackle Grievous. A 212 Trooper also decks Grievous in the face while they were piled on top of him. How awesome is this episode? These clones are again dealing more damage to Grievous' life than any Jedi will until Revenge of the Sith. Anyway, Grievous runs away like a little wimp, and suddenly the boarding dock comes open and starts sucking them all into space. Grievous once again escapes to his own ship while Kenobi, Cody, and a 212 Trooper are still in the tunnel. One had sadly gotten sucked into space, but then Master Gallia shows up and shot a cable to that single clone trooper left so he can survive the tunnel. Props to these unnamed clones being so awesome and surviving things that no one else could. Also, as a side note, this level sucked in LEGO Star Wars 3 on the Wii because you constantly had to play as the Jedi and they wouldn't let you be a clone the whole time. Anyway, Grievous and the Clankers then retreat to the surface of Saleucami where Grievous throws a droid out of his way to get into an escape pod. Clearly, Grievous had not booked a first-class seat and had to ride coach with the rest of us. The escape pod then crash lands away from the main Separatist force and Grievous is stuck with a bunch of battle droids. Meanwhile, the 501st and 212 also go to Saleucami to try to capture Grievous. They start off by examining a crash site of dead droids where all of them are too damaged, except for one that a heroic unnamed clone sees. Another clone with epic armor and cool hair named Kryze supports Kenobi and Cody in their command center where they pick up the scent to Grievous' trail. And Grievous also eventually makes his way to another pod and uses a transmitter to call for a shuttle to get his wuss anus out. During the battle, a battle droid fires a rocket launcher that barely zips past a clone trooper who then gets on his comlink and directs an ATTE to shoot the rocket in mid-air. Such an awesome battle, again with the unnamed clone as the hero. Anyway, Grievous is able to get to his shuttle and fly away because the ATTE turret becomes overheated from the battle. With all of that, when would be the most optimum time for the Republic to have captured Grievous on Saleucami? Well, I would say it would be if Anakin was with Obi-Wan on his cruiser when Grievous boards. but then that would break the continuity of Revenge of the Sith, and I really like that movie, so therefore the change will have to be on Saleucami, where the ATTE gets one shot left. I feel like since the gunner was able to hit a mid-air rocket, then he would easily be able to shoot down Grievous' shuttle. Once shot down, Kenobi will duel Grievous while Cody and the 212 overwhelm Grievous with both stun blasters and just by being awesome clones. So now that Grievous has been captured, he is brought aboard a Venator to be sent to a war crimes trial. The difference between his capture in Saleucami versus on Vasek is that Obi-Wan is on the cruiser to troll Grievous himself during the trip to Coruscant. Also, the Jedi Council will be even more ecstatic that their operation had worked. And Grievous committed a lot more war crimes between Vasek and Saleucami. Meanwhile, Palpatine is going to be pretty mad that the Jedi were the ones able to enact this mission against Grievous, and that it didn't fall into his master plan for the Clone Wars. So he will definitely be working out a course correction for the war. Additionally, I don't see much of an opening for Palpatine to exploit a potential rift between Anakin and the Jedi Order, other than the fact that Obi-Wan was the hero of the Republic while Anakin is just the chosen one. One concurrent event going on at the time of Grievous' capture was the Death Watch insurgency on Mandalore. But by the end of the Battle of Saleucami, a Mandalorian saboteur had offed himself while attacking a Republic cruiser. And of course, the Death Watch was being supported by the Separatists and Dooku. Therefore, I feel like Dooku might have the Death Watch escalate their terror attacks to divert immediate Republic attention to the planet and also have Obi-Wan go there. The result of this would see Obi-Wan drop off Grievous on Coruscant and head with the 212 to Mandalore to deal with a widespread Separatist-backed Death Watch war. Mandalore becomes just another war zone which impacts the fate of many neutral systems, which may be forced to enter the Clone Wars, possibly on the side of the Republic due to the Separatist backing of the Death Watch on a neutral planet. Palpatine then seizes this opportunity to orchestrate Grievous' escape while being transported to a Republic prison. At the same time, Palpatine can do a little trolling with Anakin to make him believe that if the Council had put him on protection detail for Grievous' transport, then the droid general would have never escaped. Although Grievous is freed, though, the Separatists are going to have a tougher time in the war, as the Republic has received a large-scale increase in support from neutral systems in the Clone Wars. That's, of course, just what I think would have happened if Obi-Wan was able to capture Grievous on Saleucami. What do you think would have happened? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.